What's going on, guys? It's Coach Noob back in the building with another one. As usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels. Anytime is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. Now, this one's crazy, man. It's about a guy who got prison for murdering his wife, man. Let's get to it.
This guy is a piece of garbage. Coward, despicable garbage. Those were the words that filled the Kent County Circuit Courtroom early Thursday morning. He just doesn't know what he's done to our family and what he's done to me. The day that I found out she was gone, I felt like my legs collapsed.
I just graduated college last year in Western Michigan. You don't know how much it tore me that my number one supporter was not there that day.
Alicia Lofton's dad, aunt, and daughter got the chance to address Marcus Lofton, her killer. Why is this my first introduction to you as a person, knowing that you murdered my niece? Lofton was charged with second-degree murder after shooting and killing Alicia just one day after being served divorce papers. They had been married for just 6 months. My daughter introduced me to this guy one time, and I didn't like him from minute one.
Hey, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, bro. And you know what I'm saying? It's some mental problems going on, man, when you get hit with some divorce papers and then, the next day you decide to take your wife's life, man. Like, even if you wanted to be married or not still, you know what I'm saying? There's other ways to go about it, bro. And taking somebody's life, at the end of the day, taking your wife's life, that's not going to make it better. That's not going to make anybody want to be with you or be around you or something like that, man. And then it only lands you in a messed up position, bro. And you end up in prison, bro. And then you no good to nobody in there. It just makes it harder for you, like especially if you got kids or your family and all of that, bro. Not to mention like you seen her father on there. He's trying not to break down when he's talking, and then her aunt and her daughter though, you know, and he just wasn't thinking about like you're not supposed to outlive your children. Your children are supposed to outlive you. Does it happen sometimes? Yeah, it does, in messed up circumstances or just freak accidents or something like that. And situations that could have been avoided though, it just, makes it that much more painful to have to deal with something like that. And then he's upset because this guy's still alive and he gets to eventually, go live his life after he serves his time and stuff like that, man. And they still have to deal with the fact that their, you know, daughter and niece and mother, she's not coming back, man. And divorce isn't, you know, in this day and age, we all know the divorce rate is super high, bro. And, you shouldn't even trip if you get a divorce with, that woman, because I mean, it wasn't working, bro, especially 6 months into it. So that just makes me think that they already have problems going on for real, though. Like, and then probably try to get married and think that that was gonna make things better, but it's not, man. It's really a piece of paper, and marriage is just, the time and the commitment and the compromise that you put in, bro. And if both parties aren't willing to do that, or if both parties are on different levels, not growing together, one grows faster than the other, y'all gonna be on different levels, it's not gonna work out, man. So you gotta be able to let her go for real. Like, that's not the only woman in the world, man. Probably could have got some better anything, man. You just have to think about all of that stuff in those difficult times, man. Critical thinking. Is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna be able to do, what I want to do when I want to do it? And you know, when you black out or when you act in your feelings, man. Because one day after, he had to be in his feelings when he saw her again, and most likely they argued. She still wasn't going. Boom, now she's out of here. And instead of just signing them papers and getting up out of there, man, you could have moved to a whole nother state. Anything, bro. Did anything with your life after that divorce, because now you in it, and then they not saying that's his daughter too. So it wasn't like you would have had to pay child support or something like that. As far as that kid goes, man, had your whole life ahead of you, bro. Should have got up out of there and lived your life and gave her a chance to live her life. Now your life is on pause because you can't do nothing in jail, and then her life is stopped forever. And she still have people depending on her daughter, and even her dad and her aunt. You know what I'm saying? We all have people that love us and care about us, man. And even the dude who did it, it's people that love and care about him, man. And they're hurt now that he went down for something like that or how it happened. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta, and always be thinking about, what situations that you're getting into and the outcome of the situations, and all the possibilities that could happen, man. And pick the best one, because when it's the best decision for you, then most likely it's the best decision for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because good decisions, they trickle down, bro. Just like bad decisions, man. When you make one bad decision like this, man, it trickle down to everybody. Everybody feels the effects, no matter what kind of decision you decide to make, man. So you might as well just make your next move your best move all the time and keep yourself out of situations like this, bro.
Went to trial earlier this year, but a mistrial was declared, and now almost 2 years later to the date, the case is finally closed.
Right now, I cannot stand being in this room with this. And if it was up to me, he would not walk out of here.
Watching her kids struggle, watching them grow up without her mom. Nobody deserved that. Alicia's daughter leaving Marcus with one final message.
We will still be great. We will still honor our mother. God got us. I know he do. So I just want you to know you will never win.
And, that's a good way to, keep it positive and all that. Even though it hurts, even though, you want to say more than that, or just like they dad, he wasn't playing. If it was up to him, he wouldn't even be walking out of that courtroom. And, you got to be, now you got to watch your back all the time, though. Even, what I'm saying, when you get out, because this dude might still be upset, which, he got the right to be. He's going to be upset for a while because, his daughter got took away from him under, a circumstance that was really, messed up over some divorce papers, man. And a lot of people, they get divorced and they still end up messing around, even though they're not, still married. You could still end up being cool with your ex. And, the relationship might be even better that you're not married, though, because it really just puts, in some cases, like more strain and stress being married than it is just being together. And, what I'm saying, being able to move around and do what you need to do without that extra, without, all that extra stipulations and stuff on it, man.
That was Katani Gooch reporting. Marcus was sentenced to 25 to 50 years, as well as 2 years for a weapons violation. He was credited for 721 days served.
Man, hey, that's a long time, though, bro. 25 to 50 years, that's life, man. And then they ain't even say if he had the possibility to get parole or not, which, he probably got the possibility of parole. It's still messed up. Got to sit in there all that time and over one decision, bro, that didn't take 25 to 50 years to make. It only took 25 to 50 seconds, bro. And then after you made it, the whole world's upside. It changed your life. It changed everybody's life forever. You know what I'm saying? And life changing decisions, bro. It might as well be a good one that's gonna change everybody's life in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Getting up out of there, man, is the best thing. Don't fight with these women, bro. Don't argue with them if they don't want to be with you. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Go find you a woman that do want to mess with you like that, man. Or if you got trauma, or if you got, you know, stuff like baggage that you know, had bringing into that other relationship or something like that, deal with that first, man. And then, you know what I'm saying, go to the next relationship when you're ready so you don't carry stuff like that over, bro. I say that all the time too, man. So, you know, man, just make good decisions, bro, for yourself first and then for everybody else, man. Anyways, you know, it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're digging this kind of content. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.